Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rod J back again. So, not with a beer review, but with something different. I was actually tagged by one of my buddies, Holly, from Holly's Happy Hour. I know you guys have seen her out there. Real good video channel. You should check her out. Does some really good reviews on beers and some other things, and all about having fun while you're drinking. Usually I don't jump into a lot of these fad type things, but she had tagged me in this whole thing going around that people are asking about other YouTubers. So I figured because it was Holly asking, I'd go ahead and do a response to it. The video, I don't know who started it or where the channels came from, but there's like 4 parts to it. The first one is to name 3 different YouTubers that inspire me. And I guess I could look back on this and say, you know, what really made me want to have a little bit of fun doing some of these different beer reviews. Oh, by the way, speaking of beer, I'm actually finishing out a little bit of Czar from Avery. This is some pretty good stuff. Unfortunately, I found out it's actually out of production now. So I've got a few cellared. I got a spot here I'm going to probably pick up some more from. But a very good stout, 10.1 Imperial Stout. But 3 YouTubers that inspire me. And I think back to when I first started. One of the ones, and that I would actually say was a kind of an inspiration there, who I would kind of put up there as a person that actually drove me and have a little bit of fun with the channel, would actually be Joe D.
That boy is good.
If you happen to check out his channel, Joe space D period. He's actually been doing this a long time. When I first started looking at some of the videos, he was one of the ones I started watching for a point, and what I like about his channel is that he brings a lot of fun to it. He doesn't do anything that's kind of like makes it feel like he's even really working at it. He's just having a fun time, sharing some good things about beers, sharing some other things outside of beer at points, and just an all-around good channel. And just, you know, someone that actually says, you know, if this is going to be your little bit of hobby, have fun with it while you're doing it. So picked up a lot of good things watching his channel. Another person that has actually inspired me on YouTube, who you guys all probably know, is probably DJ.
Hell yeah!
DJ's BrewTube was one of the first channels I started watching as well. He's out of the Maryland area, and just a ton of energy. I know sometimes you watch, you feel like he's yelling at you, but he's just so hyped up on the beers he's doing. You can just see the passion coming through. He brings a lot of that fun to the reviews and makes it very enjoyable to actually sit there and want to watch him do some things. So if you get a chance, make sure you check out his channel as well. And the third person is actually more of a newcomer. In fact, we actually came in around the same time, but I like what he does on a lot of the reviews. He does a lot of good things where he entertains a lot of the people. He's got a nice, full attitude about everything. You know, he'll do anything from a macro or a craft, but he doesn't go in with anything in his head already pre-diagnosed about how the beer is going to be or anything along those lines. And he has a fun time with it. He's got one of the best dumps, beer dumps, where he just basically throws the beer out the back of his sliding door when he's sitting on his deck, which is pretty cool. And that is actually Dean.
You talking to me?
With Dean's Beer Reviews. He's actually overseas in England. Definitely one you should also check out if you want to see how he does his beers. And he gets a lot of different good beers from, especially over in Europe, obviously. Occasionally he'll get some of the American beers, but he does a real good job overall and brings a lot of fun to the channel. The second question I was asked, 3 things that you're good at. I don't know. One of them might be listening. A lot of people seem to like when I can help them feel things out, when I can listen and help them find the direction they're looking to do. On some of the shows that you've seen, letting people get stuff out there and, you know, not going in with any pre-diagnosed ideas or whatever you want to say, blah, blah, blah. But essentially being able to listen and help people figure things out. Making people laugh. A lot of people say I make people laugh. They like to be around me because I bring a humor aspect to everything, and it could be a warped way of how I look at things in the world. But, you know, I've got a sense of humor that I always like using. I think anything that you can laugh about makes life a little bit easier. So I try to have a little bit of fun like that. And then the other thing would be problem solving. So I like being faced with a lot of different things happening and trying to figure the way out of it, kind of a little bit of strategy to take place. And I do good in problem solving type things. So I think those are kind of 3 things that I'm good at. Three things that I'm excited about was the third question. Well, one, all the beers that are out there now. Some people complain about some of the different beers that are made available. There's too many of them. I say, no, there's not. There's a lot out there to really enjoy. This is a great time, especially for craft beer. So why not sit back and enjoy it and partake in all the fun taking place. The second thing is really the beer connections, and that's more within the beer community, with beer reviewers, with beer company reps, with beer and brewery owners. I've been able to make a lot of good connections throughout this industry. It's a very nice community that you can really develop some good relationships with, it seems. Have a blast doing it. About to do another beer fest here in about a month. Hang out with some more people in the beer community, and it's just a nice time to be really involved some way within beer. And then all you guys out there I'm excited about, all you people that support the channel, that watch me here on YouTube. I didn't think, when I started this a couple years ago, people want to watch somebody drink and talk about beer as much, and slowly it's been growing on YouTube. You guys that follow me, like on Twitter, I think I'm at almost 2,100 followers on Twitter. Instagram's about 1,000. Of course, the Facebook page is growing too. So all your guys' support, I'm pretty excited about that as well. The last thing I was supposed to do was tag 3 subscribers that I would like to see maybe share their story and also respond to these questions. So I'll put the questions down in the description. But one is definitely going to be my boy up north, Eric, a Lions fan.
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
I like to see what he has to say about this. So, Eric, you're going to be tagged into this one. Eric, if you haven't watched this channel, make sure you check it out. And it's Eric, a Lions fan altogether. He's a big Lions fan, obviously, Tigers fan. He does a lot of sports, does a lot of different things on his channel, but he does a lot of beer. The second person is actually going to be Drunken One.
I find I do my best work when I'm just a little gas.
So Drunken One is one that just came along the scene a little more recently. He does a lot of home brewing. He gets on a lot of our chats here and there. He's got a lot of fun. He brings a lot of good personality. He's just out there having fun, doing a lot of good things. So I want to see what Drunken One's going to say. So Drunken One, you've been tagged too. And the third one will be Drunk as Fuh.
Oh! That's a talented man right there. That's what I'm talking. Fill it up again.
And it's not pho, it's pho. Just so you know, PHO is pho, and it's actually a noodle dish. But she's actually doing some good things. I just hooked up with her a little bit about a month ago, I think, and I'm liking what she's doing on her channel. She's doing some different things with beer. She does stuff with parents. She does beer cooking and some other different things. So Drunk as Fuh, I'm going to tag you in here as well to see what you're going to say on some of these questions. And that's all I really got. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole challenge. I'm going to finish drinking this beer out, 10.1 ABV, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. I appreciate you coming by to checking out my answers to the challenge. And I look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep watching the reviews. Keep watching the YouTube shows that we're doing. And always feel free to chime in and provide feedback. That all being said, cheers. I look forward to catching you next time.
And stay out of the Woolworth.